Um, where are we? There we are. Let's see. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, we're going to react to this schedule release that just came out. I'm just going to go ahead and post this on Twitter and Facebook real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Schedule. 1 second. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm just posting this on Facebook. 1 second. This dude, the big homie says 5-11 already. Damn, man, the negativity. What's going on? Why you gotta be so negative, man? I'm just posting this on Facebook real quick, and we'll go ahead and get started with the reaction. All right, boom. And boom. Okay, we're good. All right, so schedule. Let's bring this up real quick. Okay, it's right there. So I saw the leaks came out that we'll talk about the Vikings visiting New Orleans on Christmas. But I saw also that the leaks came out that the Vikings were going to, it looks like they're hosting the Green Bay Packers on September 13th, assuming that the NFL season is still going to start on time. So what's up, everybody? What's up, Robert? What's up? Let's see. 4Sports says, why the fuck do we have to play Seattle every year for fuck's sakes? I guess I don't mind that we play Seattle every year. I just mind the fact that we have to travel to CenturyLink every single year. And that's going to be the case on October 11th. And it looks like this is a primetime game. So this is going to be the first primetime game of the season. And then we've got primetime at Soldier Field against the Chicago Bears, November 16th. We've got, well, obviously we got the Saints on Christmas Day. They're trying to compete with the NBA. I can't remember the last time an NFL game was hosted on Christmas Day. I can't remember the last time that's ever happened or if I've ever seen it personally, but that's nuts. So Vikings, they're going to travel to New Orleans to the Superdome on Christmas Day. So it looks like we have a total of what, 3 primetime games? Seattle, Chicago, New Orleans. You know, unless there's any, see, Cowboys, that looks like it's a late afternoon. So it looks like we have 3, maybe 4, unless I'm missing one. So let's see what you guys are thinking so far. I see a bunch of 5-11s. I see maybe 8-8. I'm going to make a record prediction now, Braden, 808 right now, just because I just need to see how the rest of this offseason goes as far as any other signings the Vikings are going to do. I feel really, really good. I feel like I will say if you force me in a position, you back me up into a corner where I had to predict not to bitch out, this could go one of 2 ways. I don't think they're going to be terrible next year, the Vikings. They could be 7-9, 8-8, or they could be 12-4 or 13-3. I have no idea. It's just how this team gels together. Will Pat Elflein be the starting left guard? Will we re-sign Josh Klein to play right guard? There's still a couple of questions that I need answered first, but it could go one of 2 ways. Either you're middle of the pack or you could be double-digit wins in 2020. So let's see. 4Sports says, fuck the Packers. Okay. I know, I hate the Packers too, man. Let's see. Zach Dragon says, easier schedule than last year. This schedule looks kind of tough, man. This schedule looks a little bit rough, man. You've got obviously the in-division games. You've got Green Bay and Chicago twice. You got Tennessee that went to the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. You've got Seattle. They're always tough. Atlanta's one of those weird teams where they always have the talent to be good, but they just never get to that. But once in a while, they pop up and, oh, they're good again. But then they go a couple of years where they just suck. You never know if this is going to be that bounce back year for them. Detroit, low key, I'm not saying we're going to lose to Detroit, but they had a sexy ass draft with, goodness, they got DeAndre Swift, Jeff Okuda. They got my boy Logan Stenberg. They got, what's the guy? Jonah Jackson, I believe, from Ohio State. They had a really, really nice draft. I expect the Lions to be a lot better this year. Dallas, they're always going to be competitive, even if it is in the NFC least division. You've got Tampa. All of a sudden, they're Super Bowl contenders with Tom Brady and Gronk and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Saint, man, fuck the Saints. Yo, let me tell you something right now. I know the Saints, they're going to be double-digit win teams and all that fun stuff, but let me tell you something. Christmas Day, I posted this on Twitter. Christmas Day, my family and I, we are going to have hot bowls of jambalaya while watching the Minnesota Vikings wax the New Orleans Saints ass. They can't, for all the criticisms I give Mike Zimmer, a couple of things he's good at, developing corners, identifying talent, provided that he has no idea who you are. That way, the familiarity factor doesn't cloud his judgment, and he can beat the Saints. So I'm not worried about the Saints one bit. Who that say they're going to beat them Saints? Me. I said it. Dudes suck. Let's see. We'll do 4 Sports Vid says I predict 10-6. Maybe. Corpora Tech says, why do we always end up going to Seattle in a night game? I have no idea. It kills me. I feel like we go through this every year, at least the last 3 or 4 years. I have no idea, man. The QC, what's up? Out Royal, what's up, man? I'm just reacting real quick to this schedule release because I was waiting for this. We already knew the opponents, but now that the schedule is out, it's like, okay, we can put this together. As far as I feel like this is a balanced schedule all the way through. You got a little bit of leeway, I want to say, just before the tail end. So it actually starts a little bit. You got Green Bay. That's going to be a tough out regardless. You've got Indy, who Phillip Rivers, he's their new quarterback. Phillip Rivers, I feel like he's done. I feel like he needs to retire. But they think they can do better with Phillip Rivers instead of Jacoby Brissett. So I get it, but I don't think the Colts is going to be a tough test. The Titans, that's going to be really tough. The Texans, I would say they would be tough if they had DeAndre Hopkins, but he's not going to be there. Seattle, they're always tough. Atlanta is just that one team that I just wouldn't be surprised where they just coast. They coast for a couple of years. They're nobodies. And then all of a sudden they're good again. Green Bay again. Detroit, they're going to be a tough out. Chicago, Dallas. This is gonna be an interesting schedule, man. I have no idea. Nicholas the First says, "Love your rants, keep it up." He left the $9.99 bucket, so I appreciate that. We've got, let's see, no cold weather games at the end of the season is a win. Says King. Let me see, what's your name? King Omar. No cold weather games to end the season, and you're right. Jacksonville, man, my God. You end the season, your last 5 games, you've got 2 in Florida with the Jaguars and the Bucks. You've got, the Bears, that's going to be at home, so you're not going to be at Soldier Field. You're right. Then you've got at the Superdome and then at the Detroit Lions. So you're right. We'll take that. Let's see. Robert Griffin says, change the description of the live stream. Oh, the description? Oh, dude, I just went through it. I just said, screw it. I'll change it right after this. I thought you meant the title. I was like, what did I do with this title, man? I thought it was pretty clear. Let's see. Zach Dragon says, I think we're underrated, at least after this draft. We pretty much only improved from our old vets that weren't really that good. You say you think we're underrated, at least after this draft. Maybe. I think our draft was sexy. It was A borderline A+. I wish they addressed the offensive line with the guard spots, but I think it was really good. I think we're getting respect in that nature. As far as how teams or how the media and the public are looking at the Vikings right now, I can see why you may say that the Vikings are a little bit underrated because it's still it's still a wait and see approach with them. I think they had a great draft class that doesn't necessarily correlate with a great season. We'll do a couple more real quick. I just wanted to bust this one out. Let's see. Four Sports. I keep mentioning you. All right, I'll do it one more time. 4 Sports Viz says hashtag tank for Trevor 20. Hey, if we end up with the number 1 draft pick, that would be fantastic. I think whether we're on the 8-8 train or 12-4, 13-3, I don't think the Vikings are bad enough to end up with the number 1 pick, to end up with the worst record in the league next year. I just don't see it. I would love it. I just don't see it happening. We'll do, and again, Nicholas the First, I appreciate the bucket drop. Poles Dofer says the Saints did beat us in 2018. Okay. All right. Well, still, what are we? There was the game against the Saints. It was, God, who was, I know there was the Minneapolis Miracle. There was the playoffs last year, but there was another game where we beat the Saints. I want to say it was opening week. Was it Sam Bradford? Was it Sam Bradford week, man? 2017. Let's see. Let's see. What game? I want to say it was week 1. Yes, September 11th, 2017. Vikings beat the Saints 29-19. Okay, so they beat us in 2018, but considering you add on 2017, we're 3-1, right? We're 3-1. Yeah, considering that 2018 loss. Boom. We good. I ain't worried about no Saints. Oh, when the Saints, when the Saints come marching in. They can march their asses to etouffee, whatever some alligator stew. Let's see. We'll do 2 more. Earl 553 says 3 AFC games in a row. So I'm guessing you are talking of, to start after week 1, you've got Colts, Titans, and Texans. Honestly, the only team I'm worried about in that mixed bag are the Tennessee Titans. They're coming off that AFC Championship game appearance. They're going to be nice. Ryan Tannehill is almost like an identical clone as far as situationally of Teddy Bridgewater. Not to say that Ryan Tannehill went through a devastating leg injury or knee injury like Teddy Bridgewater did, but just where you finally get that opportunity with the Dolphins. Ryan Tannehill, he didn't look great, but now in a good system with the Tennessee Titans, he looks really good. Teddy Bridgewater, he got injured, was out for the year, didn't really have an offensive line even before he got hurt. He goes to New Orleans. They win 5 games in a row, and now he's with the Carolina Panthers. So I'm happy for Ryan Tannehill. I'm happy for Teddy Bridgewater, and coincidentally, the Vikings go up against both of those quarterbacks this year. But honestly, those out of those 3 back-to-back AFC games, the only team that I'm worried about right now are the Tennessee Titans. We'll do 1 more. We'll do 1 more. So Mark Fontaine says, is Jax a home or away game? Well, that's home. So that's going to be at US Bank Stadium. I don't want to end it with that. We'll do 1 more. We'll do 1 more, baby. Let's see. Corporate Tech says the Bucs near the end of the season is a good draw. Brady's arm falls off at the end of the season, man. Y'all better stop disrespecting the GOAT, the greatest quarterback of all time, man. Brady's going to be nice, man. He's got a nice set of weapons that he didn't have last year with the New England Patriots. That's going to be a tough-ass game. I would say regardless whether the Vikings are hot or not, I would just say right now predicting that's going to be a loss. That's just going to be a tough-ass matchup up against that Tampa Bay team. So I think my baby is probably getting ready to wake up now from her nap, so I'm going to go ahead and tend to her. But I just wanted to hit you guys up real quick and get your guys' thoughts on the schedule that was just released. We'll do a podcast on Monday. We'll see you then. Thanks for everybody that attended this live stream. We'll see you next week.